Hello everyone, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racy, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you today. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I have no filter. I don't sugarcoat my messages. If that is not your thing, I'm always very respectful. I give you the opportunity to sign off now because, I read how I read. These are general messages, so please take them as they resonate and leave them if they don't. If they don't force them to fit. There are other readings and other signs that would probably behoove you to watch, especially, outside of your sun sign. Looking at your moon sign, your rising sign, where your Jupiter is, and all that stuff says a lot. So make sure you understand how the different signs relate to your chart and the people that you cross-watch for. These are the January readings. I do the 2021 forecasts where I break down each month in advance. Those are going to be exclusively on Patreon. Okay, as of the first of the month, all of those will start going up on Patreon. Now, for those of you not familiar with Patreon, Patreon charges your patronage when you sign up for that month, whatever the current month is, and then renews your patronage on the first of the month thereafter. So signing up on the last day of the month will charge you for that month, and then it'll go into the following month and allow you to continue with your patronage the following month, but it happens on the first. So to avoid double charges or surprises like that, I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a heads up. It is best to sign up on the first of the month, just for that reason, right? Because Patreon charges you for the month you sign up and then the first of the month after that, okay? With that said, we are going to be getting into these energies. This is for Pisces and those with strong or significant Piscean placements in their chart. So if you know what house Pisces rules and what's in there, it could give you some insights into a specific area of your life. All right. Pisces, Piscean energy. The main focus the divine is working on you with for January is the throat chakra, self-expression. Keywords are vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness. All right, throat chakra work. With the bird, this is about soul song. This is about rippling from a place of truth, from a place that is of the truth. It feels like the truth to speak it. If you speak it and it sounds like a lie or feels like it's off, it's because it is. It's not the truth. So, the top of the deck is the Knight of Wands, and the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. Right now, you could be feeling as if you're caught between two flames, because that's what this picture is. It looks like almost two trees with no branches and nothing on them, just the trunks, but it's also like fire. They're swirling up like fire, and there's this magical energy that's coming from around them, and they're sweeping up this human looking shape between them. You could feel like you're caught in the crossfire. Like you're in the middle of a war that is not yours. And it's leaving you feeling like you don't know what to do. A helpless kind of feeling with the Eight of Swords on the bottom. It's feeling trapped in a mental state that is not healthy for you. You may have had experiences in your youth where you felt trapped in the crossfire between two people. And because that's not healed, that's what's repeating. Okay, feeling like you're caught in the crossfire. This is where the vocalization, the self-expression comes in, because we start the month with the Justice card. And just as the hand, right, who is holding this dagger cuts the snake is simultaneously biting him, right? Biting at the finger of the hand, and there's little bits of blood running down. In order to cut the snake, you have to get bit, right? It's kind of that energy. If you're cutting the crosshairs, in order to cut it out, to cut the toxicity out, right? Whatever the demon is, whatever the snake is, and the energy, to cut out the negative energy, the energy is probably going to react and try and bite you first. It's going to try and bite you first. It's not going to go down, right? That demon energy within us is not going to go down without a bite. It's going to get its bite in. It's going to sting. That's fine. You still got to cut it out. You still got to cut it out. You can't stay in the middle of the crosshair, in the middle of the fire, in the middle of the war that is not yours. You don't need to be in the middle. This evolves into a Six of Pentacles. Once the snake is cut and you're dealing with the wound, you realize that you have help. There's an inner child who resonates to your inner child. The seeds, right, in this tree, the apples that have fallen from the tree have turned into coins on the ground, and they pick one up and they're holding it and they're sharing it. And it's almost like the little boy child is the one that maybe even found the coins first. He's the one standing on them. But it's like he picked one up and he's offering it to her. He has found plenty, right? He has found plenty of abundance in his life. Whatever his currency of abundance is, right? Because it doesn't have to be money. Whatever his energetic currency is, he's found it for himself. The value in seeds. You know, when apples fall, they turn into something better. He's handing you this advice. He's handing you this advice. Saying, there's so much abundance, I don't even have to worry about giving you any. I have such an abundance of this energetic currency, I don't even have to worry about giving you any. Because the tree will always fall more apples. And the apples will always turn into something better. They might have been hard to reach up on the tree before. But when they fall, there's no need to climb. The blessing of the apple just comes right to you. And in witnessing this energy, because I do feel like it's another person sharing their abundance of knowledge or abundance of heart or abundance of whatever with you. We get the Empress. And the Empress is rising. It looks like she's levitating. She's rising off the ground. She's rising with these stars above her head, like a halo. It's rising into this feeling of being surrounded by God. If you could understand or visualize that feeling of being completely surrounded by God. If God had a feeling to be completely surrounded by it, that you would levitate and feel like you're floating. It's something starting to click. Something is starting to click. When you cut the snake, it ends some kind of cycle. There's some kind of self-mastery that shifts because you manifest this experience of equal give and take, this equal energy exchange between you and another, where things are given and never lost. An equal energy exchange, and you morph into this Empress. And you feel like you're literally surrounded by God. You realize how protected you are and how blessed you are in your creation and of your experience. That you were able to rid yourself of this energy early in the month and open up doors to more positive energy. You're loving the life you're living. All of it. And it's preceded by the Star card, which originally did fly out in reverse, and Spirit had me put it upright. I went to go see and turn it back around, and Spirit wouldn't let me do it, so it stayed upright. But I pulled out clarity cards for it, and we got the World and the Wheel of Fortune. Huge energy. You might not realize all the healing that's taking place. This free-flowing feminine energy in the mind. Because if you look really closely at that card, the Star card, it looks as if these swirling red lights of flowers, it looks kind of like an anvil coming out of the water, and the anvil has all of these flowers coming from it, and behind it in the sky, the darker part of the background, it looks like the face of a man sideways, the side profile of a face. And inside it is a woman who's falling in the stars. Reminds me of Wendy from Peter Pan, to be honest. This symbolism, the anvil is the blacksmithing, it's the forge, right? It's the forge energy. You're forging your heart space, your feminine, your inner child that can fly, your inner Wendy darling. You're forging it into the mind, into the way you think. You're forging your heart inside your mind. The inner child that loves, to love and experience love, because that's all kids really want to do. They just want to love everybody and be loved by everybody. They just want love all the time. That's all they want. And so you're allowing that vibration to become a part of your grown masculine, your inner masculine awareness, right? In your headspace. Your ability to choose and act is coming from a inner child energy, a feminine inner child energy that is just taking off and wants love. That's it. Give and receive. Equal energy exchange. Love for love. Flows naturally. It's becoming a part of your MO. Acting from a place of love. To not get love in return and be caught in crosshairs is just not your thing. You're forging a different mentality. Healing these things. Speaking up. Asserting your inner voice, your individuality that has integrated its mind and its heart space. That's loving its life and insists on loving its life, all facets of it. If you're not loving a specific area of your life, it has to shift or go. If it goes, it can shift and come back later. That's just it. The world is the completion of a cycle. And the Wheel of Fortune is the turn of fate to destiny. In the World card, you could see the swan in the swirl, and underneath is the lion. You know, this is the divine grace that is within, holding power and position over the ego that wants to devour your peace. It's seeing through it. Seeing through the ego that would have you persist and continue on a path that takes your peace away. It's closing that cycle. And that same swan-like energy that was triumphant is facing the snake. And now the snake, if you look in that picture, there's two snakes that are somewhere joined. And the snake is biting itself. It's facing you, not realizing it's biting itself. The swan's not even flinching. It's staring right down the face of the snake. It's not scared of the snake or intimidated by the snake because it's already been bitten. It knows what the snake has. It knows what kind of venom there is. It's not scared. What happens is the snake bites itself. don't even realize it's biting itself. You're in your calm, peaceful state. It can't be taken from you. You've integrated. You said your piece. Sang it from your heart. You spoke your piece. You spoke your truth. It's not like love isn't there. You just learned that you don't need to be caught in the middle of bullshit. It's not enjoyable. It's not the highlight of your day. If it is, that sucks. And you don't want that to be the highlight of your day. Why? Because it sucks. There are so many other things that could be the highlight of your day that are so much better. Don't be afraid when someone bites at you or is showing you they're ugly. They're only hurting themselves, not hurting you. They might be trying to. It's not working, and when it doesn't work, they realize they're only hurting themselves. They're making an ass out of themselves, being fucking stupid. Immature. Childish. A bully. They're just being a bully. Their energy is a bully. That's the facet they're shining in that moment. You just don't need it. Definitely don't need to be affected by it, right? I feel like you're facing it, and I feel like you're doing really well. And whoever the negative energy is trying to ripple into your space, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. Trust that. So with that said, Pisces, I hope this helps you understand what energies you're going to be moving through and experiencing for the month of January. You're definitely holding your own. I look forward to seeing you on Patreon for the unfolding of your 2021 forecast. And in the meantime, guys, I love you all. Remember to always love each other and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye, everybody.